When people hear the UN-AIDS, they may think that, oh, this is a neutral organization. They are not. They are pro-LGBTQ. Now, in the submission that was just made, the suggestion was subtly made that in countries where anti-LGBTQ legislation is passed, there is a spike in HIV prevalence. That's not true. South Africa is one of the first countries to have recognized LGBTQ rights. What is the HIV prevalence rate in South Africa today? 12.7% to 13.9% of their population. About 8.45 million people there are living with it. It's a country that has legalized it. Ghana, we have not yet legalized it, but it is illegal under Section 104.
What about Saudi Arabia?
I can check as that. I can even check that for you. But if you look at Ghana, today, HIV prevalence is 1.5%, 334,000 people. So the statistics, like I said, do not support the claim of the UNAIDS. Because in countries where they have actually embraced LGBTQ rights, they still have skyrocketing. Go to Botswana. Botswana is another country that has embraced LGBTQ rights. What is the prevalence rate in Botswana? The prevalence rate in Botswana is 18 to 20% of their adult population. So where do you come with this fact to give the Committee of Parliament that when you pass LGBTQ rights, it has a reverse impact? That is not correct. And Mr. Chair, it's important that we state this. And if we check Saudi Arabia, where this is punishable by death, the prevalence of HIV in Saudi Arabia is 0.1%. 0.1%. So in a country that punishes it by death, the prevalence of HIV is 0.1%. In a country that embraces LGBTQ rights, it is 18 to 20%. Let us state the facts. Let's state the facts. And Uganda has passed recently. What is Uganda's rate? We can check.
It's reducing.
Uganda's rate has dropped to 5.1%.
It was from where?
Life sentence.
Because of the life sentence that they've introduced. You understand me? So, Chairman, let nobody, whether national or international organization, based on their ideology, throw dust into the eyes of lawmakers. The facts are the facts. We can all see the facts. And like I said, the UNAIDS has a well-established position, and nobody can begrudge them that. But we must be minded that not just the UNAIDS, many of the UN organizations, including UNESCO and UNICEF, have taken a position to promote LGBTQ rights. And so we must listen to them when it comes to this subject matter from the lenses of pro-LGBTQ groups. And Mr. Chair, why would the UNAIDS set up by Kofi Annan? Did our Kofi Annan set up the Global Fund to promote LGBTQ? He set up the Global Fund. So, you see, these semantics and playing on our emotions, oh, our Kofi Annan, everybody loves Kofi Annan. Kofi Annan did not set up the Global Fund to promote LGBTQ rights. He set it up to fight things like tuberculosis, like malaria, make access to vaccines on the African continent available for all of us.
HIV vaccines included.
HIV antiretrovirals, prevention, not promotion. And so today they should not paint it as though, and I will ask a question. If the Global Fund has no agenda, and the Global Fund wants to support us with vaccines for childhood diseases, why would they tie that? That before we accept that, then we must accept support for groups of men having sex with men. Is that their priority? That is not our national priority. That is not our national priority. So you cannot tie, and that is why they bring things like SRHR, sexual and reproductive health rights. And then the next thing you see is all of those SRHR business in health manuals, in the Ghana Health Service, are being tied to LGBTQ promotion. Mr. Chairman, this law and our nation must take the position to make that clear distinction. And on the issue of body corporates that Fifi raised, let me just read the interpretation.